John Cena just can't seem to help himself. No matter how much the public conversation shifts, or how much scrutiny lands on Vince McMahon, Cena always finds a way to defend the man who played a major role in his career. And now, just days before the biggest moment of his retirement tour, John Cena has ignited a firestorm among WWE fans with comments that many believe crossed a major line. In today's video, we're breaking down exactly what John Cena said that has fans furious, why it's blowing up on social media, and what this could mean for his legacy, especially as he prepares to challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. So let's start with the basics. John Cena is in the middle of his retirement tour, one last run before he hangs up the jorts for good. Fans have been mostly supportive, emotional even, watching a legend close out his career on the grandest stage. But what should have been a feel-good run has now been overshadowed by controversy, one that Cena could have easily avoided, but chose to walk straight into. And it all starts with Vince McMahon. Cena and McMahon go back decades. Vince McMahon gave Cena the green light during the Ruthless Aggression era, supported the rise of the Doctor of Thugonomics, and backed Cena through the mixed reactions of the PG era. Their relationship was never a secret. But now, with McMahon embroiled in one of the darkest scandals WWE has ever seen, Cena's unwavering support has many fans asking, has he finally gone too far? Let's rewind for a moment. A lawsuit has been filed against Vince McMahon by former WWE employee Janelle Grant. The lawsuit alleges horrific abuse, claims that McMahon coerced Grant into sexual acts, trafficked her, and even shared explicit images of her with others inside and outside WWE. McMahon stepped down from WWE and TKO as a result. Federal investigations have taken place. While he's not going to prison, at least not yet, he's effectively gone from the company. And yet, John Cena, arguably the most respected face of modern WWE, has gone out of his way to defend Vince McMahon publicly. In a recent interview with the New York Times, Cena was asked about the allegations, and what he said instantly set social media on fire. Cena stated, "I don't care who hears it, I love Vince," not downplaying anything that needs to be decided or any allegations, but when I love somebody, I love them wholeheartedly. I know people are going to be angry about that, but they can't put their value on my relationship with someone that I love. It was a jaw-dropping moment. Cena didn't just express support for someone going through a legal battle, he doubled down. He essentially told the world that his love for Vince McMahon isn't conditional, not even when McMahon is accused of some of the most serious crimes imaginable. And that's where fans collectively lost it. Because this isn't just about loyalty anymore. It's about values, it's about ethics, and it's about whether there's ever a point where someone, no matter how close to you, should be held accountable without emotional shielding. WWE fans, many of whom are survivors or advocates for abuse victims, were rightfully outraged. Cena's words felt dismissive, tone-deaf, and completely unnecessary. He could have chosen no comment. He could have said, "Let the legal process play out." He could have redirected to safer ground. Instead, he chose to stand by Vince McMahon and made it clear that he doesn't care who disagrees. To make matters worse, this isn't the first time Cena has spoken about Vince in the midst of controversy. Just a few months ago, he appeared on the Howard Stern show and delivered similar comments, though slightly more measured. On Stern's show, Cena said, "If someone's behavior lies so far outside of your value system that the balance shifts, I can't operate in a world where this works. That's the end result of being accountable. Right now, I'm going to love the person I love, be their friend. I love you. You have a hill to climb. There's a saying, you don't know who your friends are until the crap hits the fan." That interview at least acknowledged that McMahon had a hill to climb. It left some room for the idea that friendship and accountability could coexist. But this new New York Times interview? It feels like a total reversal. The nuance is gone. What's left is Cena telling the world he loves Vince McMahon unconditionally, no matter what's been alleged or proven. And that's not just hard to hear, it's unacceptable to many. What fans can't seem to understand is why Cena keeps talking about this. Why does one of the most media-trained stars WWE has ever had continue to dive headfirst into such a volatile topic? He doesn't need to. There's no obligation. No publicist would advise it. So is it loyalty? Is it ego? Or is Cena just blind to how damaging his words are? There's a saying in PR, when in doubt, say less. Cena could have easily pivoted. If he wanted to say something kind, he could have kept it vague. "I hope everyone involved finds peace." Or, "It's a tough situation and I won't speak on something that's still developing." Instead, he chose to plant his flag next to Vince McMahon. Again, just days before WrestleMania. And this isn't just any WrestleMania. This could be the night John Cena makes history. He's challenging Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. If he wins, it would be his 17th world title, surpassing Ric Flair's record. That moment, that number, has been hyped for years. WWE has built legends around the chase for 17, and now that Cena is finally on the cusp, instead of celebrating him, fans are questioning him. Headlines aren't about the match, they're about his comments. The buzz isn't about his legacy, it's about his misjudgment. Even Cena's supporters are having a hard time defending him. Some fans tried to say, he's playing a heel, he's just staying in character, but that excuse doesn't fly here. This isn't a promo, this isn't kayfabe. This is a real-life issue involving serious allegations and an ongoing legal battle. Trying to hide behind character work is not only disingenuous, it's dangerous. It minimizes the trauma of real victims and suggests that Cena's brand is more important than the truth. Others argue that loyalty is admirable, that standing by someone in their lowest moment takes courage. But there's a difference between being a friend and enabling harmful behavior, and that's the line Cena is skating dangerously close to, because once you publicly say, "I love them no matter what," you're implicitly saying that the consequences don't matter. That's what fans are reacting to. That's why this backlash isn't going away. What makes it even more surreal is the irony of it all. Cena has spent years building a reputation as the clean-cut, all-American superhero of WWE. He's granted more Make-A-Wish wishes than anyone in history. He's preached hustle, loyalty, and respect for 2 decades, and yet here he is, choosing to go to bat for a man who's facing allegations that involve coercion, abuse, and exploitation. It's a stunning contradiction, and one that could stain his legacy permanently if he doesn't rethink his approach. Now, let's be clear, nobody's saying John Cena is responsible for Vince McMahon's actions, but what he is responsible for is how he responds, and so far, that response has been clumsy at best, damaging at worst. WWE is a global brand with millions of fans, many of whom have lived through their own trauma. When one of the company's biggest icons shrugs off serious allegations because of personal loyalty, it sends the wrong message. It makes fans feel unheard, it makes survivors feel invisible. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway from this entire situation. Words matter, especially when you have a platform as massive as John Cena's, especially when you're days away from one of the most anticipated matches in modern wrestling. Cena's words didn't need to be inflammatory, they didn't need to be controversial, but they were. And now, instead of focusing on the potential history he's about to make, the conversation is about damage control. At this point, you've got to wonder, will Cena walk this back? Will he clarify his stance? Maybe try to add more nuance to his message? Or will he double down again? Only time will tell. But what's clear is that the WWE Universe is watching closely, because when legends speak, people listen, and this time, what they heard left them angry, confused, and disappointed. So as Cena marches toward WrestleMania 41, as he prepares to possibly dethrone Cody Rhodes and finally grab title number 17, there's a shadow over the celebration. Not because of anything Cody did, not because of the match build, but because John Cena, one of the most beloved superstars in WWE history, chose the wrong moment to speak from the heart, and it backfired in a major way. Let me know what you think. Did Cena go too far? Is this something fans will forget once WrestleMania is over? Or has he damaged his image beyond repair? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This one's not just about wrestling, it's about values, accountability, and the legacy of a man fans once saw as untouchable.